settling down in the low single digits. So what is this moment right now as you both see it in the Republican Party?
Look, studying democracies and crises of democracies all over the world, in Europe, in Latin America, elsewhere, it's very clear that there are three elements to committed democratic politicians. Democratic politicians must do three things. They have to always accept the results of elections, win or lose. They have to always denounce and refrain from political violence. And crucially, they have to always break from, denounce, try to hold accountable anyone who engages in anti-democratic behavior. And on that third front, there are a set of politicians who look like mainstream politicians. They dress like mainstream politicians. They talk like mainstream politicians, but they violate that third tenet. They remain quiet, or maybe they justify or condone or protect groups or politicians who engage in anti-democratic behavior. And looking at history, looking at Germany and Italy and Spain and Chile and other places where democracy has broken down, it's precisely because mainstream political parties, mainstream politicians refuse to break with anti-democratic extremists. And that's what really worries us today in the Republican Party.
Is it just, Daniel, about power? Is it just that Kevin McCarthy wants to keep his job? He knows these things are all bad, all these crimes that Donald Trump is alleged to have committed. And when asked about it, he says, well, yeah, but what about Hunter Biden? He can't defend a lot of the stuff we've seen, especially lately, but he changes the subject. Is it just fear of the voters? Is it fear of losing his job?
I think it's all of those things. And it's just careerism. I mean, to be a careerist and to think about your future in politics is normal. That's part of democratic politics. But when democracy is at stake, you have to draw a hard line. And one of the points that we draw in our book is that if you look throughout history, there's often attacks on Congresses and parliaments. The question is, how do mainstream politicians respond to that? Do they denounce it, or do they just look out for their narrow self-interest? And when they do that, ultimately democracy gets into trouble.
So, Daniel, let's go a little further here then. It's one thing to enable Donald Trump right now as he's a presidential candidate. What happens, though, were he to win? What would that say about where this country is as an American experiment and its democracy going forward?
Yeah, frightening. I mean, we've just seen in the last several days the rhetoric that candidate Trump is using. It's even worse than 2016, saying he will, indict his opponent without any basis. I mean, he's explicitly saying that. And so I think the broader point, though, has to be that we have to think about, why are we in this situation? Why is the United States in this situation? And even if things maybe feel okay some days, we have to kind of step back and say, America is vulnerable to these dynamics. And if not in 2024, in 2028, unless we address the underlying issues plaguing our democracy.
Mika?
So, Stephen, Daniel was talking about the careerists like Kevin McCarthy, but how does an entire